What are some of the biggest takeaways from Kim Foxx's op-ed? This is something a little unusual, but obviously a big case. She's speaking out.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest takeaways is that she's ready for scrutiny. That was one thing that she made really clear. And then she really did a good job, I thought, of breaking down why exactly she made the decision and some of the considerations that prosecutors have to take into account when determining whether to drop charges or move forward with the case.
And speaking of scrutiny, we know that the police are going to be protesting outside Kim Foxx's office today. The city wants Jussie Smollett to pay $130,000 by the end of this week.
Yeah.
But then also people like Al Sharpton and Reverend Jesse Jackson, they've come to Jussie's and Kim Foxx's defense. Can you help us kind of understand both sides of this?
Yeah, well, of course, the police are upset because, in essence, this was a crime against police. Filing a false police report makes the police waste time and money. So it's a crime essentially against police, not necessarily against the public in the sense that he tried to beat up someone else. He's alleged of beating himself up, right? Like that's essentially what he's charged with doing, and then filing a false police report. So they're mad about that. But on the flip side, people are coming to Kim Foxx's aid because she did promise not to over-prosecute and to focus on violent crimes, and that's what she's doing. And although some people may see this as a violent crime, it really wasn't against another person.
Ashley, next steps for Smollett and for Fox.
Well, Smollett has to determine whether he's going to pay this $130,000. I don't think he will. It doesn't make sense to. If he was willing to go and fight for his innocence before a court of criminal law, he's definitely not going to be scared of a civil lawsuit. And in any event, even if they file this lawsuit and move forward, it's on them to prove that he actually filed a false police report. And as he's stated, he's always said that what he said was true. So it's going to be difficult for them to prove that.
If he was your client, would you advise him to just pay the $130,000 and be done with it?
No, absolutely not.
No?
Yeah, absolutely not. I would
Well,
tell
that's what you're saying. It's an admission of guilt. Why would he do that if he hasn't done that yet?
Right, if he hasn't done it up to this point and he wants to save his image, not only as an actor, but also as an activist. Because remember here, he likes the image of him being an activist. And if that's what he's going for, this...
Can they get him on anything criminal at this point? Or is that ship sailed?
Well, there's still the federal investigation. So the federal investigation into whether or not he used the mail to do what essentially would be called like a false terrorist attack, that's still pending. So we don't know what the federal government is going to do.
And this money being paid doesn't affect that regardless.
No,
if he pays the $130 or if he doesn't.
Absolutely not. So this is actually happening at the local level. City of Chicago is bringing, the Department of Law for the City of Chicago is bringing this particular suit. So everything we've dealt with up to this point, even Kim Foxx's actions are at the state level. The feds are completely different.
Well, Kim Foxx, she ended up pleading her case in this article, in this op-ed article. And it kind of carried the tone of, what do you want me to do? She followed the law. So that's my question to you. What do you think should have been done differently, or what would you have done differently in her shoes, if anything?
I think where Kim Foxx, if she made any mistake, the mistake that she made was saying that she recused herself when she didn't technically do so. She didn't recuse her office. That wasn't something that she did. And those are things that other lawyers have even criticized or critiqued her on. But in terms of them saying that she's corrupt or anything like that, what has not been alleged is that Kim Foxx took money for getting Jussie off or took some type of a bribe. And those are the things, those are key indicators of real deal corruption. That's when you're looking at federal time. I haven't seen any allegations of that. And from what I know about her and from what she's done up to date, I cannot imagine she did that. But the recusal language probably just shouldn't have been used.
Do you think that there will be an investigation into how her office handled it?
If there is, I don't think it'll turn up anything that she has to worry about.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Ashley, for coming in, breaking it all down for us. Our expert here, Ashley, she's the founder and principal attorney of Mobile General Counsel. And you can get legal tips and advice if you follow Ashley on Instagram at The Ashley Nicole Show.